I ask you, my friends, what has become of our Silver City? That decent, law-abiding community where men, women, and children could walk the streets without fear. Silver City has become a sin city. And why? Why this terrible shame upon us? All because of that woman. That devil's deputy herself, that spawn of greed and corruption, who calls herself Lil. That stranger who inherited Silver City and forces you to pay tribute for the very air you breathe. She and her evil cohort have turned our town into a sink of iniquity, a den of thieves, a Sodom and Gomorrah. And what's being done about this? Nothing. I say to you, the time has come to gird our hearts with courage and clean out this foulness. We must forget our fears and fight fire with fire. We must drive these parasites out of our town.
Come on, Sky Pilot. You're going for a little trip.
Keep right on talking, preacher. He's just another one of them.
As I told you.
Even all right.
Anybody else got any objections? Unhook his burro.
Sunday school's over, boys. Drinks around the house.
We gotta go before we got to that place. Not very far, amigo. Ojalá, I hope so. I'm so tired and dirty and full of sweat, I smell like my horse. Oh, Pancho, is that a nice thing to say about your good horse? Hey, amigo. Now you can stop your complaining. Your troubles are over. There it is. Silver City.
That is Silver City?
See?
Oh, Cisco, maybe you are mistaken. Why? How can that be Silver City? I don't see no silver. It's all made of wood and mud like any other town.
Pancho, no seas tonto. Did you expect it to be built out of real silver?
Yeah, but you don't call a house a stone house when it's made out of wood. And you can't call it Silver City when it's made out of mud. Come on, we can't get no silver here.
Hey, espérate, amigo. Who cares about silver?
I do. Ride these 200 miles in a hot saddle when I could be in a nice, cool cantina. Come on, let's win.
You know, I'm going to miss you, compadre. Someday, maybe, we'll meet again. Who knows? Adios.
No. If we didn't come here to get the silver, why we come here?
Mira. You know, can you keep a secret, amigo?
Yeah, if it takes two of my friends to help me.
Bueno, pues entonces in San Blas they tell me that there's a very beautiful widow here in town. Her name is Lil, and she has a pair of eyes.
Ah, demonio. We ride all this way in this dustpan just to get a look at a girl named Lil, eh?
Pues, Pancho, you know I love to look at pretty senoritas.
Yeah, you got plenty senoritas. You got Dolores and Rosario, Francisquita, Estelita. With one little crook of your finger, they jump to you.
Pues, hermanito, just because a man has enjoyed a plum and a few grapes, must he turn his back on a peach when he finds one, eh? Vámonos.
Cisco, look, people.
Pancho, get the canteen. Not so fast, senor. Take it easy. A little at a time. That's better. You'll be all right now.
God bless you, stranger.
But what happened to you, senor?
I was preaching. They beat me and ran me out of town.
But who could do this to nice preacher people?
Those poor misguided souls in Silver City, they...
Oh, senor, rest a while. You can tell us more about this later. Pancho, get the blanket.
How do I look, Belle?
Like a breath of spring, my dear.
Being a widow must agree with you.
What's it here?
Oh, she's upset because we invited that preacher to leave town.
You bet I'm upset. I don't mind playing nursemaid to a phony widow, and I don't mind you grabbing up dead men's property or any other part of this swindle, but I do mind what you did to that preacher.
What'd you expect us to do? Sit on our hands while he stirred up trouble? This is a sweet setup. Money pouring in from the mines, a little rent here and there, and taking the rest of it over the tables. It's going to stay that way.
Well, mark my words, you're heading into trouble.
Oh, don't mind her. She's superstitious. I'll handle any trouble that comes my way.
Not the kind you get from beating up preachers and from murder.
What murder? That man Rocky shot today? He only got a flesh wound.
Is that what they told you? Huh.
I'm sorry, Lil. The fella did die afterwards. Rocky only meant to...
I don't care what he meant to do. I told you I wouldn't stand for killings. I want the word passed on to the men.
Aren't you getting a bit high and mighty, my dear? After all, this is my plan, and...
And don't forget I can blow the lid off any time I don't like it.
Now, look, don't get all steamed up, sweetheart. It was only an accident, and it won't happen again. I've got an appointment at the mine office. You better see how the house is doing.
Didn't I say you'd get in beyond your depth? Don't worry about me. I learned to swim when I was knee-high to a duck.
Padre, Silver City has always had a good name. How can a good town turn bad so quick?
It all came about through the death of a man, one Jim Mason.
Jim Mason? I know what it is, a stone mason, but Jim Mason, I don't know.
Gaiety.
He was the man who founded Silver City and owned most of it. He was a good man, helped everybody, but unfortunately he died in a cave-in at the mines. And a few weeks later, a woman came to town, laid claim to all of his property, put her attorney in charge at the mines, and set herself up in a fancy saloon. Since then, Silver City hasn't drawn a clean breath.
But on what did she base her claim?
She was his widow.
His widow? Why, she did not even live here.
No, we didn't even know Jim was married, but she offered proof that was unquestionable.
I think Silver City needs such three fellows as ourselves.
Hey, Pancho. And I have two of them.
Senor, are you strong enough for the ride?
I'm strong enough, but if you ride into town with me, your lives won't be worth a nickel.
Our lives? They are not worth a nickel to anyone except ourselves. Vámonos.
Tell me, Padre, this woman, this Mason, could it be that her first name was Lil? I hope not.
Why, yes. How did you know?
Oh, I am physic, and besides, this fella come here to...
Gaiety.
Si, senor.
But what were you about to say, Pancho?
Oh, nothing at all, senor, nothing. I just figured out that I didn't been here at all. Lo que he sufrido con este hombre.
Pues,
Please, amigos. Your preacher, he has something of importance to say to you.
Don't be nervous. Now, you're going to listen to him, or you're going to listen to my pistola. Now, put that in your smoke and pipe it.
I merely wish to say to those interested that services will be held on Sunday as usual.
be no services held in this town, Sunday or any other time.
I do not like to disagree with one so beautiful, senora, but I assure you are mistaken.
Look at here, you, whatever your name is. If you
Please
think...
do not interrupt when I'm speaking to such a lovely senora. The name is Cisco, a la orden de usted, senora. And I am Don Pancho Gonzalez Miguelito.
All right, Don Pancho Tamales McGillicuddy, and you too, Senor Cisco. You may as well take your friend back where you found him. He won't be preaching in Silver City.
You want to bet? Pancho, such manners. You know you must never bet on a sure thing with a lady. It is not pleasant to leave the smiles of one so charming, senora. But I know you'll understand. There is so very much to do with the preparation of the church and the... Pues adios. Drop this, amigo. Not so fast, amigo. It is not polite. Turn around. Pues turn around. Is this one of them, Padre? Yes. What a bad thing to strike a man of God. You should be taught better manners.
I take my rifle. Oh, that was fun. And there was only 30 left. And then I take my pistola. Beep, bada, boom, bada. And when I break the handle of my cuchillo knife, I take my riata and I take... Mister. All yours. Didn't you never was shot in the cuspidor?
Superstitions, huh? Now handle this.
Before. It is a bad thing to strike a preacher. And it is no good to leave a man die in the desert. And what is worse, it is not polite. Vámonos, Pancho.
You play rough, don't you?
Not always. I always play the way the other fellow wants me to. You know what I mean.
I think I do.
Bueno, adios. I shall see you again in church, I hope. Bueno, padre, this is that. Let's went.
Next time he goes to church, it'll be feet first in the pine box. Where's Rocky?
Forget Rocky. I'll handle this my way.
You out of your mind. It's a man-sized job. And a tough one at that.
You tried that, and look what it got you.
All right. So I missed once. Cisco is out to smash our setup. If we don't work fast, he can do it.
So can I, Steve, if I want to. So don't make me want to.
The hard-boiled Lil has finally fell. Hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. But I guess a girl could do worse.
Don't be too sure, kid. His kind don't tame too easy.
Oh, nonsense. In less than a week, he'll be eating out of my hand.
And more likely gnawed off at the wrist.
There we are. Now we can start fighting. Señor? Muchas gracias. No hay de qué. Hey, amigo. We have to work a little faster, or we'll run out of paint before we are finished.
Caray, I didn't think of that.
How do you like that? Now they're turning one of the buildings into a church.
So I noticed from my room.
Where you going?
For a walk.
Hey, Cisco, this paint is smell like the food owl's nest. It give me a headache right here.
Pancho, I'm disappointed on you. You are painting a church. That brush on your hand is your personal key to heaven.
To heaven?
Pues sí. And the faster you use it, the quicker you get.
De veras? Que bueno. Hey, hold my horses. To be in heaven, you gotta be very dead, and I am too young to die. And too pretty. Hey, mira nomás.
Hey, hold this one, too.
Hey, I don't have to have 2 keys for 1 lock.
Well, senora, I see you have remembered my invitation to meet me in church, eh?
But you are too early. The doors will not be open until Sunday.
As I told you once before, the doors aren't going to open at all.
You want to bet, senora? Get back to work, Pancho. Bueno.
Hey, cuidado, amigo. Look what you did. I must apologize for my friend, senora. Permit me.
Your friend is a fool.
Obviously, only a fool would paint a lily.
You know, I think you and I are going to get along very nicely together.
Oh, but of course, senora. Unless one of your men kills me before we get acquainted.
Hold it just like that, senora, for one moment. This is the way I'd like to see you in my dreams tonight.
Tonight? Oh, I'm disappointed. I spent most of last night dreaming of you.
Truly? Then I must make a confession. I did the same.
Nice dreams, I hope.
Oh, delightful.
I dreamed you were awake all night, planning ways to get rid of me.
That calls for no planning. In fact, it may be hard to prevent. Unless I can persuade you to come to work for me.
Ah, senora, I would like nothing better. If you'll help me clean up Silver City,
And ruin my business? Not a chance.
then I'm sorry. I must continue to work with the parson.
Well, suit yourself. But remember, the population of Boot Hill is mostly men who thought too late.
Gracias, senora.
That I shall remember. And, shall I see you in church? I hope.
If you do, you'll be flat on your back with candles at head and foot.
Sorry I jumped on you, but I had to do it to dodge that bullet. That was quick thinking, you know?
Yeah, amigo. It was quick thinking. Not the jump, but the explanation.
It's not worth the bloodshed, Cisco. I think I'll give it up.
No, Padrecito, we do not give up. But I think it will be safer if we take you up somewhere in the hills to camp for until Sunday, huh? Vámonos.
Let's win.
Get out of here, all of you. I told you, Steve, there was to be no more gunplay.
Can I help it if Idaho got ideas of his own?
He's one of your men. You'll either keep them in line or I'll...
Yeah, I know. You'll blow the lid off. I've heard that tune so often I know it by heart. Come on, Rocky. Let's take care of Idaho.
Don't crowd him too far, kid. Why not? I've got the whip hand and he knows it.
You got nothing on him but a shot in your back and hush up.
You know, Padre,
like I was telling you, there was Cisco and me and 36 bandidos. And we didn't got no weapons at all. We didn't got nothing. Well, I had my riata and a long stick and 2 cans of fish. So I take the fish and put on the end of my riata and... Hey, hello, where you going from?
My good friend Pancho, I often feel that your utter disregard of the syntax is only exceeded by your misconception of the juxtaposition of the preposition and the substantive.
Hey, you don't tell me. You know, buddy, that's the nicest compliment Cisco ever put me. I think.
Senor, did it ever occur to you how simple our problem would be if this woman Lil were not Mason's widow?
I'm afraid that's a vain hope, Cisco. The proof she offered was unquestionable.
What proof, senor?
A marriage certificate, for one thing. June 15th, 20 years ago, in Callaway, Oklahoma.
Oh, but that could be a forgery. It could easily be ascertained from the search of the records.
I tried. The courthouse is burned, and all the records with it.
Uh-huh. A convenient fire, no? Perhaps a too convenient one. Senor, as a preacher, did you ever meet anyone who was wholly evil?
Why, never, Cisco. In everyone, no matter how depraved, there burns a white spark of good. It's the Almighty's mark on all of us.
Even and this woman we know as Lil?
Yes, I suppose there must be some good even in her. But it's buried deep.
Perhaps if we brush the ashes aside very gently, it could be found, no? It is worth a try.
Hey, wait, I take my horse and go with you.
No, Pancho, if you stay here, and see that no harm comes to the padre. Adios.
Well, Padre, like we was talking, the buen Dios, God, He is everywhere, huh?
Of course.
He is the good shepherd. He look after His flocks no matter where they hide. Well, then I'm going to leave you here, and He will look after you while I go put my eye on Cisco. Huh?
Pay 19.
Good evening, senorita.
Evening, handsome. Where's your playmate?
Cisco, I don't know. Did he got here yet?
Page 20. So he's coming here, is he?
No, you better ask him when he comes. Here, give me some chippies.
Now, there's one man that can keep a secret. Take over for me, will you, Bill? Hey, 21.
What? You pay me.
Hey, wait a minute. You got 24.
Yeah, 24 is bigger than 21, don't you?
Yeah, too much bigger.
New rules.
Doesn't help the poor Cisco's on a night like this. I haven't seen that man trap since New Orleans.
Buenas noches, señorita. What are you doing here, little man?
I thought maybe you need somebody to jump over the house again on you.
That's very fine. And I suppose you have told everyone that I was coming here?
Oh, no, I didn't. I told them to ask you when you got here. Is that right?
Right. As always, you are right, Panchito. Hey, why don't you be a little caballero and buy a drink for the young lady?
You know, I was just going to do that. and if you need someone to call on me, I'll call on you. I know. Ken Luigi, he's a mind reader. Do they sell champagne here?
Yes, indeed.
Fine. And 2 beers.
Pay 20. Did you really come here to gamble or just sit and stare at me?
Mostly to look at you. If I have to gamble to do so, then I will gamble. You are lovely.
You don't expect me to believe all that, do you?
Of course. But you like it, don't you?
Why not? I'm a woman.
Yes. Yes, you are a woman. But like it. You have hit me a little too hard.
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about coming to work for me.
I'm afraid not, senorita. Yet, you see, I do not like to work. It is very distasteful.
Pay 18.
19. If I must work, then I like a job that will last. You are about through Silver City.
What makes you think so? Pay 18.
Yeah, you're kind of cute. I adore men with big black eyes.
You do? So does my wife. You know, I got a big family, 8 little boys and 6 other kinds.
What a man. I'll buy you a drink.
Oh. Mr. Lane has been telling me about your marriage certificate.
What about it?
Oh, nothing. Nothing much. You are dating, are you not? Now think about your wedding, senora. You were married on my birthday, June the 13th.
Really?
You know, most senoritas are afraid to be married on the 13th.
I was never superstitious.
And you were never really married to Jim Mason either, senorita. No girl ever forgets her wedding date. The date was the 15th, not the 13th.
So I've got a bad memory for dates. Pay 15.
13th. Why don't you get out of this filthy game? At heart, you are a
Well, we
wonderful...
play cards or holding Sunday school.
Still, I do not see how you could have told Idaho to kill me in cold blood. Hit me. You need not have been so enthusiastic, senorita.
You got the little lady all wrong, Cisco. She didn't tell Idaho to shoot you. When we have to get rid of someone, we play it smart. He's always killed in self-defense with plenty of witnesses. Well, there's an accident of some kind. They can't kick back on us. Well, there's lots of ways. Maybe you'll find out about one of them. Foley,
Steve, you're not going to.
I'm not going to do anything unless you force my hand. I'll go back to the room and we'll talk this over.
And I suppose one of these little accidents will happen to me while we're back there, eh?
Could be. Unless you keep yourself in hand.
You're forgetting my partner, Steve.
Oh, no. You're going to tell him to clear out. You've got business.
Well,
You better make it sound convincing.
señor gente me está cubierto con la arma escondida en su
Why
brazo.
don't you say it in English so we can all understand it?
Perdóneme, señor. Pancho, you better go back to camp. I have business with this señor. It may take a long time.
Just as soon as I finish my beer, eh?
I know.
Keep your seats where they are.
Senor Gentry comes too. Tell him to learn Spanish. It can be very useful.
What was all the shooting? Where's Cisco? I said, where's Cisco? What have you done with him?
Not a thing, my dear, not a thing. Tomorrow I'll have enough men on his trail to drag him out from under his rock.
You'll keep your hands off of him and let me...
And let you handle it with your feminine charms? Your feminine charms. You couldn't lure a weasel into a hen coop. From now on, I'll handle him in my own way, as they should have done from the start.
You seem to forget that everything in Silver City is in my name.
Everything was in your name, my dear. But now it's in mine. This is a quit claim deed to everything you thought you owned, made out to me.
You think I'll sign it?
You already have, my dear. Don't you remember?
Forgery.
It's just as easy to forge a deed as it was that marriage certificate of yours. So why don't you be a nice little girl? Forget you were once queen bee this time, hmm?
Hey, Steve. I found their camp down in Satan's Saddle.
All right, get my horse. I'll talk to the boys.
Their camp is under that juniper at the foot of them rocks.
We'll slip up closer and get them from two sides. We'll catch them flat-footed.
About 2 miles up Smoke Creek Canyon, you'll come to a broad trail. Follow it to the left, and it will lead you straight to the mine.
Gracias. To the mine, huh? I didn't know I was going to the mine. Maybe we will get the silver after all, huh? I hope to find there's something more important than silver. And if we find it, we'll turn it over to the sheriff, and your troubles will be all over. If we find the silver, all our trouble will be over. Well, take care for yourself.
Rocky and I will drop down into the gulch behind them. You men circle around ahead of them and drive them back to us. Give the quail call when you're set, and wait for our answer.
Patito, patito, color de café, tú no me quieres, yo no sé por qué. La pata voló, el pato también. Adiós, adiós, adiós. Patito, patito, color de café.
Padre, you hear the quail birds singing? Maybe I better go shoot a couple of hundred for supper. I cook them with chili. Hey, wonder why these quails have stopped all of a sudden, eh? Maybe they hear I was going to cook them a little.
Hey, Pancho, have you seen any quail around here?
Well, yeah, there's Lil and Bell, and I mean the ones with the real wings. No, but I hear them singing. Over there and... Oh, here.
That is what I do not like. This is a bad place for an ambush. Pancho, we change our course.
Oh.
Going away from us. They're heading in the direction of the San Miguel mine.
Yeah, that might be that.
Venga, Pancho. Come on, hurry up. Hijo de la China poblana. All this walking and all this climbing, I hope you know what you are going to do. Cállate. Venga. Cisco, I don't like this place. It's too dark. I can't find myself.
Nothing to be afraid of, Pancho. Hey, look behind one of those things. You may find a piece of candle or a lamp or some kind of this.
What's the idea, Steve?
There ought to be some powder in that shed.
Found one. Lamp.
Cisco, listen. Snakes. Snakes. Thousands of them. Oh, how well, 2 or 3 anyway. All hissing.
There you go, Padre. It's nothing. Hold on to yourself. Come here. The lamp, see?
Oh, you found it? Oh, but Cisco, I don't like this place. It smells like a grave. It gives me the creepers.
Bueno, entonces go on outside and wait out there for me. I'll go along.
Well. No, Cisco, I don't want to leave you alone in the dark.
Hey, Pancho, I think I found it.
Found what?
Landslide. This must be the place where Senor Mason was killed. What are you looking for? Hey, Pancho, look at this.
What is this?
Piece of burnt fuse. This was not an accident. This was an explosion set with dynamite.
Madre mia.
Hey, there must be another entrance to this mine. Pancho, are you all right?
No, Cisco, I am dead.
If you are dead, then you are all right. Get up and help me find the lamp. We've got to get out of here.
Madge, keep an eye on the layout. Give me some more chips, Jack, and a deck of cards.
Hello, my dear. You're just in time to celebrate.
Celebrate what?
The passing of a nosy caballero.
Steve, you didn't.
And his partner, too.
You're pretty rotten.
That's a woman for you. I save her a whole setup for her. That's the thanks I get.
What's happened? They got him, Bill. Cisco? You kid, that's pretty tough. I always told you, business and the heart don't mix. Look, I don't want sympathy and I don't want lessons.
We're taking the first stage out. We should have done that before we ever got here.
Mira, Cisco, you can't go in that saloon. You're going to get more holes in your head.
Pancho, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm not going to go into that saloon. Not until I have a talk with Lil.
All right, let's win.
Hey, you are not going. You are going to stay back here and cover my rear.
Covered with what?
Hey, with your pistola.
How long you going to be?
Which can solve it. How long does it take to catch a rabbit?
Por Dios, at a time like this, he wants to go rabbit hunting.
Friend right into town. This will be a back of the saloon.
Come on, Lucky. Stay here, Joe.
Is he in there?
No.
Well, where'd he go? He didn't come in the back way of the saloon.
Maybe he's gone to Lil's. I'll take a look. Keep an eye out for that knuckle-headed friend of his.
Buenas noches, señora.
Keep away from me. You're dead. I thought you'd been killed.
Do you not mean you had hoped I had been killed, senora?
You know better than that, Cisco.
Ah, senora. Life can be very cruel at times. 200 miles just to make love to you.
What's cruel about that?
Instead of making love to you, I have come to take you to the sheriff.
To the sheriff? For what?
Well, for the many wicked things that have happened in Silver City. Among them, the murder of Senor Mason.
Oh, you're barking up the wrong tree, Cisco. Why, Lil didn't even know Mason. Sorry, Sis. Nice bacon now.
No harm done, senorita. I already knew they were not married.
All right, so you knew. But Mason wasn't murdered. He died in a landslide.
Si, senorita. But it was not an accidental one.
All right, so maybe he was murdered. Why blame it on Lil?
Well, who had most to gain by his death? I think we better speak to the sheriff. Eh?
All right, I'll get it back. I never had a part in any killings anywhere, Cisco. But try to take me to the sheriff, and I will.
This is going to be a very interesting experience, being killed by a woman. It has never happened to me before. Hey, either use that pistol or put it down, querida.
Look, Cisco, I'll make a bargain with you.
What kind of a bargain?
I'm fed up with the whole deal. I was packing to take the first stage out. Let me go ahead, and I'll tell you all I know about the whole business.
A full confession is good for the soul, senorita. But it has to be made without the hope of reward.
You might as well tell him, dearie. You ain't got the nerve to shoot. All right, I'll give it to you straight and take what's coming to you. I said no, Angel, but I didn't know Mason had been murdered. I thought it was an accident, and I stood to get fixed for life from it. It was Steve's idea from the first, so it must have been him who... Look out!
Put it down. Hey, you. That's a cheap gun. Hey, come on, sit up a little. I'm going to wrap you up with this deal for the sheriff.
Turn around, Gentry. And no tricks. Turn around, I said. Bell, where is Liv?
She went.
What I told you.
Say it.
She left you the wedding certificate. There's a note on the back of it.
What do you say? You can read for yourself? Gracias, Bell. Adiós.
You had some brains when you told the preacher there's a little bit of good in the worst of us. It's possible. Senorita Lou has learned her lesson.
Hey, Pancho. How far it is to San Lorenzo?
San Lorenzo, but Lily's waiting in the church.
Sí, Rosalita's waiting in San Lorenzo.
San Lorenzo.